Now, from night courts, a retired couple says they're in Texas. They're being forced to sell their home after being sued by their homeowners association. Violation? Feeding the neighborhood ducks. Kathleen Rowe says she's been feeding the ducklings for more than 10 years, but was recently told to stop after the HOA got complaints from some new neighbors. She's now facing a legal challenge and possible $250,000 fine. As the Rows fight the lawsuit, they decided to put their home on the market and leave the neighborhood for good. But now they say they wonder who's going to care for the little duckies they're leaving behind. That's where we pick up tonight's arguments with class action attorney Kelly Hyman and attorney Andrew Stoltman. Welcome back to both of you.
Great to see you,
Thank
Shannon.
you.
All right, we're starting with Exhibit A. This is from the Houston Chronicle. It says the lawsuit against the Rows accuses the couple of breaking neighborhood rules known as deed restrictions. They include rules against activities that create untidy conditions, cause neighbors annoyance, or disturb vegetation or wildlife. Quote, the violations are detrimental to the subdivision, causing imminent harm and irreparable injury, the lawsuit reads. Exhibit A goes to you, Andrew.
Give me a break. I mean, come on, Shannon. These are people that are 64 and 65 years old. They've lived there for a long time. And the HOA is claiming that these ducks are somehow ruining people's properties and causing a mess. Well, there's a very good reason why this woman is feeding the ducks, and it's because her child died, and for some reason it's therapeutic to her. It's an HOA gone wild. It's ludicrous, as Mike Tyson would say. It's preposterous.
Okay, that takes us to Exhibit B, and you will hear from Kathleen Rowe, the homeowner herself. Here's what she says.
They're just a lot of very hateful type people that do not like ducks. And me, I just love them. There's nothing in their bylaws that says you cannot feed the ducks.
All right, so Kelly, there might be nothing in the exact phrasing that says you can't feed the ducks. So she says that means she can feed the ducks.
Right, Shannon, that's a really good point you bring up. But the key to this case is going to be the HOA documents. What exactly are the restrictions on the HOA documents? But we have to think about this type of case and think about what exactly is happening. So she's feeding the ducks, right? But her neighbors are saying that it's harming their property because the ducks are going to the bathroom on their property, going into their garden. And we also have to remember that the Department of Agriculture has come out and said that you should not feed ducks, that it actually harms the ducks itself to actually feed them human food. It actually hurts them, and also it affects the waterways as well because the ducks are going to the bathroom in the waterways, which is harming the public as well. Ultimately, it'll be up to the court to make a determination on whether it's part of the HOA to feed the ducks or not to feed the ducks.
We can see her doing it right there. She says she's been doing it for more than 10 years. Exhibit C is from People magazine. It says defendants are violating provisions by continually and habitually feeding wildlife in the community and within the common area, the lawsuit says. Specifically, the defendant, Kathleen A. Rowe, repeatedly feeds ducks on the common area despite being informed that the activity is prohibited and despite agreeing to cease such activity. So, Andrew, if she knows she's not supposed to be doing it and she said she wouldn't and yet she is, isn't that a mark in the column for the HOA?
I don't think so, Shannon. We've all had annoying neighbors over the years, and it sounds like it's a whole bunch of neighbors, or maybe just one or two, who are ganging up on this individual, and I think it's wrong. It's a duck. We have dogs. We have cats. Sometimes they go to the bathroom outside. I don't see any harm to it. I think it is simply a way to harass and harangue this elderly couple, and I think it's really unfortunate.
All right, final word to you, Kelly.
Ultimately, it'll be up to the court to make a determination, but as I stated before, the HOA documents are key, and we'll have to see what happens with this duck situation.
She went on to say, by the way, Kathleen Rowe, I went 3 whole days of trying not to feed them, but they started coming across the street from the waterway and into my yard. They were basically crying. And she said a lot of these ducks are, ones that people have bought as little chickies for Easter and that kind of thing, that they don't know how to survive in the wild, and she thought it was her job to help them. But it sounds like she's leaving the neighborhood. So we'll see where the lawsuit goes, and we'll check back in. Kelly and Andrew, thank you both very much.
Thank you, Shannon. Good to see you.